guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you never miss one of my videos, along with the little accept bell. And go ahead and like this video because it's going to be awesome, I promise. So this is my mini happy planner. I actually created this cover last night, and I wanted to show this coloring book. So I'm kind of going out of order, but I wanted to show this so I could take it away. Now, based on the sticker, I want to say this is from either Borders or Barnes and Nobles. Now, it's been years since we've had a Borders here on the island, and there's only one Barnes and Nobles in our Ala Moana shopping center, and I cannot remember the last time I was there. So one, I don't know when I got this, and I don't know exactly where I got this, but I got this, and the reason I'm showing it is in one of my sections in my happy planner, I have done a transformer style happy planner, as well as sort of, I don't know if it's considered Franken-planned, but let me take that out, where I've got my planner section here, where I have my regular monthly and weekly spreads. But in this note section, so this note section here, I have inserted 3 months worth of the No Drama Llama planner, which, as you know, is just a daily to-do list. It's not actually a weekly planner, and I'm not using the monthly planner here, but I am using the dashboards. And where this is going is because I wasn't going to use the monthly overview, I didn't want just half a month sitting there. So I've used pages from this coloring book to go ahead and then just back it up. So it's just glued on to this, and because I think it goes well with the planner, I could actually leave it as is, or it is still a functioning coloring page. So that's why I wanted to show you that, and I've done that for the 3 months of the 3 months that I have here. And then this fourth one I actually just put in here just to show in another video what it was that I was covering up. So yeah. And I think this touches on something else. I didn't know if I was going to do a whole separate video on this, but if you're like me and you don't have a multitude of different planners, and you might have a multitude of different planners because you've got old ones, or there was a whole bunch at your local stores and you couldn't decide which one you wanted, then the whole Franken planning method, where you kind of put pages and things together, is definitely helpful. For the transformer planner, like I have here, I know a lot of people utilize, instead of Franken planning into one section, Tarshelby is excellent at Franken planning, so I'll link her channel below if you want to know what that is. But if you are into the transformer planner, you have separate planner sections in one cohesive unit. So as I mentioned, the transformer aspect is, if you ever watched the either cartoons from the 80s and 90s or the more recent movie reboot, the cars turn into robots who turn back into cars. Well, this is sort of the same concept, where it's one thing and then it turns magically into something else. So for this first section, I have got, like I mentioned, my weekly and my monthly spreads. And actually what I'm going to do before I forget, no, it was for January, is I am going to attach these two items together. And when you're Franken planning, it's sort of that concept where you're making one thing from parts of other things. And like I said, Tarshelby does this way better. But when I was trying to figure out why it was so difficult for me, am I not? Oh, okay. Sorry, and I don't even think I'm going to edit that out. Oh, those are glue dots like it says. Awesome. Alright, so for next month, this is definitely something I'm going to do off camera. But the point I'm trying to get to is you can either, and Tarshel B, and I'm always going to reference her because in my mind she is the queen of Franken-planning. She does either one of these methods. She'll either do like this, where she'll use Pauper adhesive, and she will glue the pages together. Hopefully this goes right, because I didn't want to see that. So now instead of having a currently page or something I don't want to see because I hate currently pages, this is something I can actually use for the month of January. So the first method of Franken-planning is actually gluing the pieces together. But what she also does when she's just trying to figure out, do I like this, do I not like this, she'll actually just clip sections together, which works just as well. That's the Franken-planning part of it. So again, in my planner section, I've actually got a functional planner. Because I don't have a multitude of mini happy planners, I don't have various covers. So I've actually created my own dashboards with some laminate and some cardstock that I have. And I've got things in my shop like this, and then I created this one for myself. So the front of this section matches the back of this section so that I know everything encompassed in this belongs to each other. So I flip it and I'm in a different section. Now I think what I was talking about before is if you don't have a multiple of planners that you can either Franken-plan, you can still transform, because I've created sections even though they're not filled with happy planner things. So I do like bullet journaling, and this is something I worked on last night. I'd seen this concept on Facebook, so I started my monthly flow period, whatever, on Christmas Day, yay, and I will be tracking it through when it ends, and it's still ongoing, but we're near the end of it. But someone called it Shark Week, and I thought that was hilarious. Now, if you can see, I am almost like Michelangelo in my ability to draw things, and you just be completely inspired by the art of it. Yeah, I think the only thing that makes that a shark is that the fish has teeth. So, yeah. But you can transform your planner and keep different sections even if you don't have multiple planners to do it. You can just create your own inserts, essentially. And for those of you who are hardcore bullet journal fans, please look away right now, because I'm going to show you where I got these pages. So look away, bullet journalers, look away. So what I've done is I had one of these Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journals, and I had actually started this late 2017. Yeah, so this was my first attempt at a spread, and I think it looks cute. Took forever. And then I did the year at a glance because that's what everybody on YouTube was doing, and so okay. And then I made some boxes of things I wanted to do, and then I was going to inventory my shops, and then some ideas I had for my shops with a little tip in that I never actually used. And then I tried to do a monthly spread and some trackers. And then I was going to do something for this year, October. And I love it. I love watching these things on YouTube, but it is so much work. And there's 12 months in a year, so you're gonna have to do this damn thing every single month. And then the weekly layouts every single week. And I'm like, no, so much work. And I still actually have to do the stuff after the stuff is done. So I just abandoned it. However, this was like $20, 20 something dollars, and I got it from Amazon, where I get the majority of my things, and I did not want to waste it. I love the quality of the paper. So again, bullet journals, don't look, don't look, don't look. I've cut this, and I will continue to cut this and take out the signatures and actually create my pages in here. Now, once this is done, I don't know that I'm actually going to buy another Leuchtturm just for the paper, even though I love the quality. I'm not a huge fan of cutting books. I really am not, but I didn't want to waste this. So it is a little bit of work because I do have to cut it down both lengthwise and widthwise, but at least I'm using product that I have. And I do plan to do more trackers in here. This is actually for an entire year, and I do have lots of pages where I can put a variety of different things, but that's in my bullet journal section. In my notes section, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, this is where I have the daily to-do lists, and I don't know if this will be work-related, business-related, just notes in general, journaling, but I did want to have its own section with this because I did try to encompass these to-do pages with the regular planner section, but it got bulky and I didn't really always use it, so I like having it in its own section. And again, the thing that makes it a transformer is that it's encompassed in its own section. I turn it and now I'm into something else. And in this section, I do have where I'm tracking my monthly bills as well as some important information. And I made this. This is a Valentine's Day notepad page that I had at work. And so I thought, oh, this would be cute. Even though it's Valentine's, that was okay for me. Only I just sort of did let me just do some circles and fill in some numbers. It was really difficult to try to figure out exactly what this added up to. And then I wanted to make it more defined and try to outline it, but then I made it ugly. So I actually have more saved than this, but this makes me sad to look at. So I'm going to redo it, but as of right now, it's just there as a placekeeper. And then in my important section, I actually have my monthly bills here, and then my important information here. So even within this transformer, I've got a sectioned off place for both of those things. Then you've got the back of the cover, although this and this don't match, but whatever, I just need this to put into my cover that I've created. This I won't be keeping here, but this was the I think this is upside down. This was something I had filmed later last week where someone had mentioned creating a vision board for their mini, and so I had created this. It's just a folder that I cut down and then punched, and then I utilized it more as a motivational space versus a vision or a goal board, because I will be doing that in a separate video, in a separate planner. But I thought it might be a good idea to keep something that's a little bit sturdier than just using paper, but also gives you a lot more space to move. Actually, take that out. Now, I mentioned this here. Now, this is a cover that I created last night, and it's from a paper pad that I got from my sister-in-law from Kansas. I want to say it's from Michael's. It might have been from Joann's. I'll probably do a video of a flip through of that, because I mean, it's probably not new to any of you guys, but it was certainly new to me, and I was just super stoked. And the inside of it is just plain white. It's just one-sided. So this is my motivational board here. And I love all of these things. It's busy, and yet it makes me happy to look at. But the reason why I didn't care what the back of this looked like is because I intend to throw this in my purse, and so I just insert this in the pocket so that it stays put. Now, I did put this on classic sized rings, and in the previous covers that I had made, that would not have worked. So what I did with the paper is, and you can barely see it, but this is from here to here, just your regular 12-inch paper. That doesn't work if you want to use the classic rings. So I actually added on another piece, taped it on with clear packing tape, and then folded it over to make the pocket. Now, because it is a heavily patterned paper, and I apologize for the glare, but it's laminate, you can see where the division is, because I'd like to create some of these larger ones for my shop, but I will definitely have to be mindful of the paper that I choose, because this doesn't particularly bother me, but this might bother a customer, and I don't know how I'd be able to convey that in the photos on Etsy because of the glare. I don't know if I'd be able to take pictures that accurately reflect, okay, this is two different pieces of paper. So I'm still working on a way to make this as seamless as possible. And it does fit. I still need to put the elastic around it so that it looks like this. And I have a bunch of these bows that I make with little pieces of crochet or of yarn that I have. So to finish this one up, I will need to put in an eyelet, because I like to use those, and then thread some elastic, just more so it stays together. And the reason I created this was to throw in my purse, because I was worried about the rings. This is much chunkier than I originally had, because I do have room to make it chunkier. But because I throw it in my purse, and because I'm a professional passenger, I need to really be mindful, not so much of the thickness, because that's fine, but of the weight of it, because I am going to lug this with me every single day. And I think the cover is cute. So finally getting into the actual plan with me for the month. I bet you didn't think this is a plan with me, but it is. So we are working on Monday the 31st, which is tomorrow, through Sunday the 6th of January. And oh my goodness, January has just snuck up on me. Awesome and a little scary at the same time. Now I do have 2 mini sticker books, and I ordered some more. I couldn't tell you which ones I ordered. They were on Amazon, but I was feeling a little bit down because of the whole 6 new sticker books in Michael's and the wellness sticker books in Walmart that I can't find. And so to make myself feel better, I ordered just sticker books, which, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But I am going to use this one for some flowers, because you know I like, yep, the flowers. And tomorrow, the 31st, New Year's Eve, I actually only work half a day. I took half a day off. And then the rest of the day, I actually don't have any plans. So I'd probably come home and just edit some videos because I'm a super exciting girl that way. On New Year's Day, I have the whole day off. So probably sleep in. And I'm probably going to be awake at midnight. I mean, I usually am, but I will be with family, and we don't actually go crazy. I don't even know if we're going to have any alcohol this year. I don't want to sound like we're alcoholics or anything, because we certainly aren't. And I'm sure you can come into the new year without alcohol. I know if it's going to be one time a year I'm going to have it, it's New Year's. Alcohol generally just makes me hot and sweaty, which makes me a little belligerent. So I try to avoid it, if just to be mindful of the people around me. It's for their sake. It's not so much for mine. That's a hot mess of a sticker. So flowers down. I think the new farmhouse sticker books has some flowers, so maybe I can get my hands on that. Although again, if you see the amount of sticker books that I have, any sane, rational person would just call it a day and say that's enough. But then they're clearly not happy planners, and they're not devoted to the cause, and that's not really any kind of negative vibe I want near me anyway. So I'm gonna look for, ooh, that's for another day. Collect moments, not things. I feel like that sticker is mocking me for what I was just talking about, so we're gonna flip you, because no. Make today awesome. Nope. And these seem kind of big for this. I mean, that basically would take the entire page. What would you use that for? So I'm looking for something for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Oh, is that? Oh yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I used. Oh, these have foil. Yeah, that just happened. So, Monday, and I've mentioned this in previous weeks, I know that I'm going to be uploading videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. At least that's my goal. So I certainly do not need to put that in here, but I feel like an actual planner, babe, when I do write something down, because I know that there are some who do before the pen, after the pen, but typically they actually have things they're writing in their planner. I'm sort of winging it, so that's not always a thing. If anything, I just come back to it and write things either at the end of the day or the beginning of the following day. So yeah, and I'm really going to try not to compare myself to other people who are on Instagram or other people who are on YouTube, because that really sometimes just sucks all my joy. But that's something I absolutely have control over. So I am really crooked. But I'm really going to try to just focus on what I'm doing and my journey and my path. Wish those who are on their own path well. Definitely happy for them in their own journey, but not compare myself to where they are, because I don't know where they've been. So You know, they may have had their own struggles or not. Again, that's neither here nor there. It has nothing to do with me. And so to make it personal when it really isn't doesn't help anyone. It certainly doesn't help me. So I guess in that vein, we'll use the Choose Gratitude sticker and then call it a day. And throughout the week, I actually, once I'm writing things in, I do use more stickers, but this is going to be just the plan with me for this week. And again, I've titled this my, goodness, is it my BUJO-Franken-Transfo-Mini Traveler's Notebook? I think that's the title of it. And I definitely need to think of another name, but I think I have finally actually made it live up to that name. So it is my bullet journal, it is my planner, it is in a transformer and Frankenplan style, it is in a traveler's notebook style as I do travel with this. So I think it's finally lived up to its name, which is 80 million miles long. I'm leaning towards calling this Bob because I just like saying the word Bob. But I think it should have a lady's name, although that might be sexist. I don't know. I don't know. But as always, guys, I'm not even going to edit that out. As always, Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you and yours. I wish you a prosperous, successful, and amazing 2019. And as always, aloha.